Imagine a world where the very technology designed to protect our majestic Tedgers might actually seal their fate. It sounds unbelievable, right? But stick with Methys is just the start of a surprising reality. While A is often hailed as a breakthrough in modern science, its role in Tedger conservation is more complex than it seems. Many believe technology can only help, but what if it's also part of the problem? Let's dive deeper. Picture vast forests, home to these incredible creatures, being monitored by drones and cameras powered by artificial intelligence. At first glance, it looks like a dream come true. But here's the twist: the data collected can sometimes lead to unexpected consequences. Imagine it being a tiger, with your every move tracked not just for your safety, but also making you vulnerable to poachers who can now predict your behavior. This uncomfortable truth often goes unspoken. With each data point collected, the risk to your survival increases. Take a real-life example. In a remote reserve, A was introduced to deter poaching. However, instead of protecting the tigers, it became a challenge for poachers, who learned to outsmart the system's meat to safeguard them. The very tools designed to protect these animals became a liability, highlighting a tragic irony that many overlook. But it doesn't end there. The funding and resources for these technologies often come at the expense of vital on-the-ground solutions, like engaging local communities and restoring habitats. As we chase the latest tech trends, we risk neglecting the time-tested wisdom that supports these ecosystems. What about the wildlife rangers on the front lines? With a heavy reliance on AI, their roles are changing. Imagine it being someone who once knew every inch of the forest, only to find your expertise overshadowed by algorithms. The human touch is fading, taking with it the essential instincts needed to protect these magnificent creatures. Now, the pressure is mounting as time runs out. The future of Tedger conservation hangs in the balance. What will it take for us to realize that while technology is powerful, it's not infallible? It's time to find a balance. We need to blend technology with traditional methods, ensuring that human intuition and AI work together toward a common goal. As we reflect on this, think about your role in the conversation. Are you ready to challenge the narrative surrounding AI and conservation? Your awareness can spark change. The next time someone praises technology, remember the Tedger strapped in a web of innovation and unintended consequences. Let's keep this important discussion going. Imagine waking up in a world where tigers are not just endangered but completely extinct. Sounds dramatic, right? But what if I told you that artificial intelligence might be playing a hidden role in their decline? You might think technology is a boon for conservation, but there's a darker side that often goes unnoticed. Many of us are unaware of how AI can unintentionally disrupt the delicate balance of wildlife protection, and this issue is becoming increasingly urgent. Consider this: a team of conservationists uses AI to analyze data from camera traps. While it seems efficient, what happens when the algorithms misinterpret that data? This can lead to poor decisions that aren't just minor errors. They could mean the difference between life and death for a tiger in a shrinking habitat. Now, let's make it personal. Imagine standing in a vibrant forest, searching for a flash of orange and black. You are there for an adventure, But if the technology meant to protect these magnificent creatures fails, that encounter may never happen. Wouldn't that feel like a betrayal? Things get even more complicated. With AI taking over monitoring tasks, there's a risk of complacency. Teams might start relying too heavily on technology, overlooking the human touch that is crucial in conservation. This disconnect could push tigers even closer to extinction. So, what can we do? A growing movement among conservationists advocates for a hybrid approach, combining AI with traditional methods to create a stronger strategy. It's not just about machines, it's about people, passion, and understanding. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to recognize our role. Every decision we make and every piece of technology we adopt shapes the future of these animals. As you reflect on the unsettling truth about AI's impact on tiger conservation, remember technology is a tool, not a replacement. Let's use it wisely before it's too late. If you found this both troubling and enlightening, consider subscribing for more insights. Together, we can keep this conversation alive and work toward a brighter future for tigers. What if I told you that the very technology designed to protect tigers might actually be pushing them closer to extinction? Imagining a world where artificial intelligence, often hailed as a savior for wildlife, becomes a silent predator itself. There's a hidden conflict brewing that few are discussing. As AI systems monitor habitats and track tiger populations, they create a false sense of security for conservationists. But what if our reliance on technology distracts us from the real, urgent issues we face? While we're busy programming algorithms to analyze data, poachers are adapting their tactics, becoming more sophisticated and elusive. Poaching, why more there. They know AI is watching, and they're learning how to evade it, making the fight for survival even tougher. Picture a tiger stealthily moving through a forest. Every rustle of leaves and flick off its tail signals stress. But with all the excitement around technology, are we missing these crucial signs? Imagine it standing in that forest, sensing the tension in the air. Would you even notice the signs? Perhaps the tiger shifts restlessly, feeling the weight of human presence or the unsettling sensation of being watched. Yet, instead of responding to these signals, we're fixated on algorithm. As AI collects more data, there's a growing misconception that we're doing enough to protect these magnificent creatures. This over-reliance can lead to complacency, and conservation strategies might become outdated before we even realize it. Now, picture yourself in a conservation team meeting where everyone is buzzing about the latest AI tools. But deep down, do you feel the urgency? Do you question whether we're relying too heavily on these devices while overlooking the instincts that keep tigers alive? The tension is real. With each passing day, the threat of extinction looms larger. If we don't pay attention to the signals from the tigers and the environment, we risk losing everything. To this end, the signals from the